All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of How I Met Your Mortgage. As always, I'm your host, Adam Smith, with Just the Tips Coaching. And with me, pretty much as always, is our marketing director, Jen Waymore. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Adam.
It is morning where you and I are anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we know that the majority of the people watching or listening, it's probably not morning for them. But
It's true.
neither here nor there, we have a really cool episode for you guys. We have been looking forward to this for some time, and frankly, we're a little disappointed with ourselves that we haven't had this guest on before, considering the length of our relationship and how close we are, and how synonymous our thinking is, and so on and so forth. So please welcome to the show, Rocky, randomly selected for additional screening Billore.
I was clean shaven yesterday.
No.
I mean,
Oh, so remind me,
boy.
what facial hair were you sporting when we were at the event that I spoke at in Detroit, the Power Originator?
I was wearing
Just the mustache?
yes, some facial hair from the adult industry persuasion.
Okay.
Yes.
And you rolled into town by vehicle from Detroit to Philly like any good taxi driver would.
And you know what? We got there on time.
We got there on time. Okay.
100%.
Beaded seat covers and all.
Oh, I mean, that's the whole reason I sat in the car. If you don't have those beaded seat covers, those things are great, man.
Oh my God. Okay, we are not going to have a half-hour episode of Rocky and I making Indian and or Jewish racial slurs, I promise.
Not you mean and Jewish jokes.
Right, and we would.
Yes.
We absolutely could. But Jen, give us a hand.
Someone help me.
No, you need to help us stay on task here. We need
Okay.
to stay on subject. And Rocky, let's give everybody a little background because you do a lot of shit out in the community. You are a mortgage broker owner.
Yep.
You are a hotel owner.
Yeah, in the hotel industry as well, yeah.
A husband and father.
Yep.
And you have pretty much spent your life and career in the Detroit area.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. So that's an interesting market, particularly when we talk about mortgages, because you are right there on the battle lines with all kinds of chaos going on in the mortgage space. Certainly right now, there's all kinds of UWM drama and rocket drama and layoff drama, and the mortgage space is chaos right now without equivocation, but Detroit's got to be the hub of it.
It really is. Yeah, we have two of the top wholesale lenders nearby, three actually. Two of the top retail organizations nearby. So there's a lot of movement in the Detroit market, which creates a little bit of turmoil as well when you're talking about, vowing for some business and they're going for each other's throats, unfortunately.
That has gone on for years.
100%.
The idea behind what's going on right now is a little more cutthroat. Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing things, I'm reading things that, the layoffs, firings that are guised as firings instead of just being layoffs.
Yep.
This kind of thing. But yeah, it's got to be really crazy there because that's a major influx in the unemployment numbers for your market.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's been pretty crazy. I get a call probably every other day from somebody looking for work. And are you guys looking to hire? Do you know anybody that you can put me in contact with? Because, they were great assets at their company. And unfortunately, the company just has no use for them anymore, which is a sad thing to say. You know what I mean? You're talking about people in a higher capacity as far as, like a team lead role, managers, and all of a sudden they're told that, hey, we have nothing for you anymore. That's heartbreaking,
But this is all driven by a pretty violent roller coaster ride in the mortgage space, volume-wise, in the last couple of years, right? End of March 2020, a little more than 2 years ago, the mortgage business explodes. rates drop to, near zero levels. Everybody and their mother wants to buy. Everybody and their mother wants to refinance. These companies cannot keep up. In fact, it was so dramatic at that point in the spring of 2020 that in order to curb the demand, we literally started just eliminating products. We got rid of ARMs. We got rid of jumbos. We got rid of, 565, 80, 600 credit score programs. We're basically cutting loan products from the top of the tree and the bottom of the tree and trying to just service that middle meat, the typical vanilla, the FHA, VA, Fannie Mae, Freddie kind of stuff. And as we went down the road of 2020, these businesses did ramp up. They did bring on a ton more people to handle that influx. But now we've seen a 180. We're kind of back down to where mortgage volume is at a normal pace.
Yep.
So we had to have known this was coming.
I mean, yeah, you can't have that violent growth with not expecting a little bit of a drop at the end of the roller coaster, right? I mean, it's inevitable. And I think what a lot of these companies did is, they did what was right for them at the time, because you got to be able to handle the amount of volume that's coming in. It's not fair. It's one of those things you can't have one without the other, unfortunately,
This is true. All right, enough about how crazy the mortgage business must be in the Detroit area. David says, for every good time comes a downtime.
Very true.
This is true. No question. He also says that Arizona is the center of strange real estate. And yeah, that's opinion based, I think. Hey, Jen, how about Colorado Springs? Does that seem like a pretty strange market for real estate?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so that's going to be a resounding yes. All right, so Rocky, tell us about your mortgage business. How long have you been in it? When did you start? How did you get started? What did your business look like then? Where does your business come from now? Obviously, our audience is, expecting us to talk about some just the tips kind of shit.
Yeah.
Lead gen, team structure. These are the things we focus on. These are the things our audience gains from us. We just want them to gain some insights, some new data, some repetitive data from another voice, which I figure we get because, the people who do this really well do it the way that we do it. And here you are. But yeah, give us the synopsis, buddy.
So I got in the industry around 2004, 2005. I started where a lot of people start in the mortgage industry from this area, and that's Quicken. And I was there a couple of years. I did well, but not as well as I probably should have, because it was just, you can't go from never training and then get yourself into a marathon, right? And expect yourself to do well. And that was a large amount of hours and a big amount of dedication, a huge amount of dedication that you have to put forth into your job. And I just was too young at the time. So I did as well as I, could kind of maintain with doing 70 hours, which I was already, not wanting to do 70 hours is way too much. And, after 2 years, got into the hotel industry. I took a big leap of faith and went into it with family and just jumped into something that I knew nothing about. So during that time, I had a long non-compete. So I got into commercial lending and, got my feet wet and, kind of did deals here and there along the way. And then back in 2016, I got back into the residential side. There was too much demand for it on my part. And I just felt stupid turning it away.
Was Quicken writing subprime paper?
Oh yeah, we did
a
ton of subprime. Yes.
Okay. That would certainly explain that. So you went through that crash in 07, 08.
Yeah, we did something called Fresh Start at Quicken. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what that means?
Fresh Start is just subprime. Yeah, that's
okay.
Another name for lower credit.
Okay. So, and this is probably part of the reason you and I click so well, is we both do commercial lending, we both do residential lending, so on and so forth. And in that same time frame, which I guess isn't all that long since you've gotten back into residential lending, 6 years, you're a new father.
Yes.
that brought on all kinds of interesting things. In fact, if memory serves, you had to spend a long stretch in India related to Anthu's pregnancy.
Yeah, I mean, we have gone through so many trials and tribulations in regards to, having a child, and about 9 years. And eventually what ended up happening was we tried different, fertility treatments and things like that. And unfortunately, something went wrong. One of the doctors was very careless and over medicated her. And that led to us being in the hospital for a long amount of time. Yeah.
Overseas.
On
the other hemisphere.
100%.
What was that like for your business? I mean, because you were gone a long time, if memory serves, like months.
60 some days, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, thank God she's such a freaking warrior. You know what I mean?
She's
tough as nails. So
oh yeah, she makes you look like a big pussy.
Oh, 100%. all day long. Yeah. I was right by her bedside. There was this small, uncomfortable cot with like a 1-inch padding, and that's where I slept and I did all my business. So there was certain times of the day where my Wi-Fi signal was horrible from the hospital. So I actually ended up sending one of my cousins out to grab one of those portable Wi-Fi devices. And I knew when it would hit. At that time, I would end up using the Wi-Fi. I mean, it was tough, but I knew that, hey, if I want to operate as normal business, like I need to wake up at 2 a.m. and then I need to start taking calls and do everything else. I mean, I'm known for my communication, so I never used India as an excuse.
And you've got some people on your team.
Yeah.
That had to have made a big difference.
Absolutely. No, 100%.
And what occurred with Anthu's health and you being in India for an extended period is something that was totally unpredictable. But you've obviously made moves in your business, your team structure, to ensure that if the unpredictable happens, things are going to keep going.
Absolutely.
Well, what does that look like? Tell us about your team. What does that structure look like?
Yeah. So, I mean, I have Brian. Brian's the vice president of the company. He's just amazing. Honestly, he is always there when you need him. He handles the day-to-day. He handles his own business, just like I do as well. We have a processor. We have a loan officer assistant, and then we have the rest of the crew, which is another 4 or 5 LOs. So
okay. And I don't want to say brokers are better because brokers are better, but
yes,
I'm just throwing that out there. That's a little nod to AIM. But you are a broker owner.
Yep.
Strictly wholesale. We all know that wholesale versus retail is similar in just about every industry, whether you're, buying jewelry or mortgages. Absolutely. Or selling jewelry or mortgages. You're going to get a better deal for your client, your consumer, your customer.
100%.
And I think that it's important to understand the fact that this is, I think all of this should kind of lead us to an understanding that this is a dynamic industry. Okay. And the people that occupy it, real estate agents, home buyers, home builders, title people, on and on. The ones that are successful are dynamic people because the business is.
Yep.
If you're stagnant in your mindset, your activities, your processes, on and on, in a business that's dynamic, that's ever evolving and changing, you're dead in the water.
Yep.
You got to be able to roll with the punches, I guess, as it were.
You have to adapt. Yep.
You have to adapt. Yeah, there's just no question about it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some people that circumnavigate our group. We kind of brought it up before we went live because I got my hands on my new copy of Amplify Your Influence.
I got mine too.
Okay, so everybody in the business is reading it. And I think everybody that's probably in sales should read it.
I agree.
I can't stress enough how great Renee is. This is written by Renee Rodriguez. And if you don't know who Renee is, check him out. I think, gosh, Jen, do we know his website? It's Meet with Renee or
I'm finding it right now.
SeeReneeSpeak.com.
Or
I'll
it is-
find it and I'll put it in the comments.
All right. I think it's creneespeak.com. And Renee, who has this wonderful presence, he's actually a relatively low-key guy. He's not, ridiculously flamboyant or exorbitant in anything he does. He's just smart. He's level-headed. He's low-key. He really has a good grip on the human condition.
100%.
Which makes for such a great resource for people to understand how to envelop that condition and use it to help people get what they want. I think is really kind of the big thing. And I think this is true of real estate people and mortgage people. What we really want, what the successful ones want, is to help people get what they want. It's real Zig Ziglar kind of shit. I know we talk about Zig all the time.
Legend.
Right? So, and I think it was, I don't know the exact quote, but if you help as many people as you can get what they want, you're going to get what you want.
Absolutely.
And not necessarily speaking in those exact words, that's what Renee does. And that's what Renee helps other people do, which is really cool shit. And Renee's had a brilliant fucking year. The book is out. He just got married. In fact, I think we saw Renee propose.
Yeah, I think
Jen,
so.
if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
at Originator Connect
Right.
in
yeah.
August last year.
Yep.
We actually got to see Renee propose to his now betrothed. So, yeah, kudos all around. Congratulations, Renee, on your new book, on your new nuptials. It's been a big, big year for you.
And if you get a chance to go to one of his events, I mean, they sell out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do like an Amplify event where it's a small group, and I can't remember how many, but I want to say it's like a dozen.
Yeah, it's not big.
Then he's booked out. No question. If you want to see him speak half a day in front of a large audience, that's going to sell out quickly. And, the rest of us have been fairly fortunate because we kind of run in his circle to see him speak much shorter, doses. But yeah, a lot of us have been very fortunate to see Renee at some private events. So yeah, that's a very, very big deal. And we've been very, very lucky for it. But tell us what else is in your library these days, Rocky.
Oh my gosh. Wheels on the bus go round and round. That's
Baby Shark.
Baby
Got it.
Shark.
Do.
It's super
Okay.
duper popular.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, honestly, my reading is probably slowed down quite a bit compared to having the.
Except for the entire Clifford the Big Red Dog series.
Well, I mean, come on, Berenstain Bears and Clifford the Red Dog.
Berenstain Bears.
I mean,
did we mention that Rocky's a fairly new father? How old is Doc?
He's 15 months.
Okay, so he is mobile, agile, and hostile.
Oh my gosh. Pew, 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 back and forth. Yeah.
Keeping you on your toes. Okay. Has that had an impact on your business?
No, honestly, one thing I set out to do is what I wanted to still maintain the level of service I gave before, while also increasing my business and not have my family life lack in any way, shape, or form. So one thing I did was, I did a lot of research on day theming and time blocking. That changed my life. That absolutely changed my life. And I still maintain that as much as possible. I go through spurts, you go through ups and downs, but, I wanted to make it so that I could never come up with an excuse that I wasn't going to be there for my kids' bath time or feeding time. And, Adam, like even just feeding your kid a bottle is like a amazing moment, right? That you cherish. And I never wanted to miss out on any of that stuff. So for me, that was life-changing.
And if memory serves, Antu has gone back to India by herself.
Yeah.
In Tox's lifetime.
Let's not talk about that 11-day period.
11 days of you being single dad. Got it. Okay. And apparently we've tried to block that out.
Oh, man. I mean, she just did not want to put me in that position. I mean, it was her brother's wedding. She had to go.
Sure.
And but man, she knew I could handle it. I mean, me and my father, we took it like champs.
Excellent. As you do. All right. Good stuff. All right. So tell us where the business comes from. Where are your clients stemming from? I mean, you're doing business unique to Michigan.
Yep.
Okay.
And Florida. Yep.
And Florida. Ah, okay. So if you were going to pick a couple of really insane real estate markets, I would say Michigan and Florida are probably at the top of the list. Top 5 anyway. Okay. Glutton for punishment. Where does the business come from?
So, I mean, strictly word of mouth referrals. You know,
repeat referral.
100%. So it's those who know that I'm going to go above and beyond for my clients. I'm not one of those people where I'm not going to pick up a phone call at 8:30 at night or 9 o'clock at night. I'll answer it because at the end of the day, I'm not outside digging ditches and working in the sun and doing something like that until all hours of the night. Me having to answer a call is not going to take that much quality time away from my family. We are very blessed to be in these industries and be successful. So at the end of the day, why would you not take those simple calls that can make a huge difference in your business?
Well, and I've got a different mindset about it. Well, maybe not different, but I've got another mindset about it. And because we have a strict repeat and referral business model, we like our clients a lot, right? Because we liked the people that referred them to us. And I mean, that's just kind of how that snowballs. Yep. And I really like mortgages.
Yep, same.
I think it's really cool stuff. So why wouldn't I take a phone call to talk with somebody I like about a subject I like?
Exactly.
It would be ridiculous to do it any differently.
I couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah, I think that if you're of the mindset that you're not going to take that call for one reason or another because you don't want to talk to the person at the other end, there's probably something you need to do to shift your business around so that the people that are calling you are people you like, you want to talk to, you want to work with. Yeah. And if it's because you don't want to talk about the subject matter, then that's a real problem too, because it is your subject matter.
Yep.
This is the stuff that you should really know well, that you read about, that you want to impart that knowledge onto other people so that they know, they make wise decisions. They're making smart choices, so on and so on. They're making informed decisions based on the information that you're giving them from an industry that you know, love, and respect.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it never made any sense to me where so many people are like, I don't take phone calls on weekends. I'm like, why? I'm going to get to talk to somebody I like about a subject I like.
Exactly.
That seems like a no-brainer to me.
And I love what I do, so I have no problems talking about it. And remember, at the end of the day, these people are buying something that's going to be the largest purchase or one of the largest purchases of their life.
Probably the largest.
Yeah. So if I can mitigate some risk and maybe take a call and advise them not to buy a new car or whatnot, why not? Why wouldn't I?
I can't imagine. Don't get me started on the new car business. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a whole lot of consumer listenership on our podcast, but please, for the love of God, don't buy a car while you're trying to buy a home. You might end up living in the car.
And sometimes, it is divulged to the client. You have a low DTI, you have a low debt to income ratio. So they automatically assume, well, I can go and get a $1,500 a month car. It's not going to hurt anything.
$1,500 a month car. That new Lamborghini SUV looking real nice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's gorgeous.
And it's probably comfortable enough to live in.
Oh yeah, it's going to have to be, right?
And if you take on a $1,500 a month car payment, you might have to.
Oh gosh, $1,500. Jeez.
Give us a little bit of an insight as to what you think some of the greatest technology pieces of your business are. What are the things you really love from a tech standpoint in the mortgage space?
So, I mean, Arrive was pretty huge for me.
Okay.
Arrive is so robust to the point where I don't even think most brokers are even utilizing 65% of it.
Yeah, but that's true of any LOS or CRM.
Very true. So
what were you doing before Arrive?
Calyx.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. That's a lot right there.
Which is still the gold standard. We use it. I'll admit, my team knows full well. Anytime they want to make a change, you guys are welcome to make a change. Erica, Mindy, TJ, I know you guys, Sarah, I know you guys are listening. If you want to change by all means. I don't have any issues with that. But yeah, it's antiquated as fuck. I'm not going to deny
It is.
I think it is about the identical piece of software from when I got into the industry 20 some years ago.
Absolutely. I don't think it's evolved much at all.
Yeah. Right. So there's a cool plug for Arrive. What else?
So I also do I focus a lot on my cybersecurity. So, which I know not a lot of brokers do. So I pay a great amount of money for that to be covered because, think about it. You can blame and only put so much weight on a wholesale lender's shoulders. I mean, we are handling,
and we get to do a lot as brokers.
Oh yeah, and we're handling that info in the interim.
Yep.
So how do we get it into their portal? Well, that has to go on our local drives, right?
And thank you to the wholesale mortgage lenders for taking on so much of that liability.
100%. So I don't want to take any chances with my clients' information, especially in this type of very technologically advanced new age space for hackers to be able to do their worst.
Criminally advanced.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, cybersecurity has been my main focus for the last year by far.
That's a big one. No question. And is there anything in the tech space that overlaps the different industries you're in? Anything you think that our audiences, real estate agents, mortgage originators, car salespeople, wait a minute, you have a car dealer's license too, don't you?
Yeah, we have a dealer's license, yeah.
Okay. So of all these people selling all these different products, mortgages, homes, cars, finance, what tech are you recommending for them?
As far as like a sales platform or
anything.
I mean, there's a large amount of people that don't even appropriately use one of the best tools on their phone, and that's a calendar. You know what I mean? Like that's
so true.
Oh
so
my
true.
gosh. Adam is the king of the calendar.
Happiness is a well-oiled calendar.
If you take a look at this guy's calendar on a day-to-day basis, mind-blowing. You are a well-oiled machine, that is for sure.
When it comes to time blocking, yeah, I think it's an important piece of the puzzle. And Jen is too. Let's not cut Jen out of the loop here. Her time blocking is pretty badass. She maintains a complete separate social media calendar. What she's posting, when she's posting, where she's posting, strictly for social media.
And not only that, I mean, she's teaching yoga, she's doing this, she's doing that. I mean, like,
it's true. If my calendar goes down, I'm screwed. So.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Well, this is why I have like backup upon backup upon backup. Right. So, yeah. David says DOS and Helix are a great combo if you're still in 1980. This is true.
Only if you run it on your 486.
So I'm not going to lie. Over the last couple of few years, David has been teaching me reverse mortgages. So I am actually upset with that particular segment of the business because the industry itself, the reverse mortgage space, circumnavigates around the most antiquated DOS-based piece of shit software.
Yeah.
It is awful for reverse mortgage originators. I love the product. I love the people that it helps. I mean, it is a life-saving product, right?
And life-changing, yeah. 100%.
Life-changing. We have clients recently who said if it weren't for the government stimulus checks, they wouldn't have been able to eat, pay their bills. We've got people in their 80s and 90s still working full-time. We've got people in that age group that are getting crushed by inflation, right, on a fixed income. So, yeah, the reverse mortgage is an amazing product. And the people that we get to help, it's mind-blowing. The emotional energy that it takes is significant. But, yeah, that software, I can't. Reverse Vision. If there's anybody from Reverse Vision out there, go suck a big one. Because, yeah. I actually
upgrade that.
If we're comparing that to Calyx, yay, Calyx. You people are rocking it. And everybody who knows Calyx knows they ain't rocking it.
No, but you're used to it, right? I can't fault your team for not wanting to disrupt the well-oiled machine either. You know what I mean?
Humans are resistant to change, no doubt about it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all of us.
I mean, honestly, even moving to Arrive, that was tough, because then you got to set out time to do a lot of stuff that you're not really time block. You don't want to time block for learning new technology and repeat all these functions constantly, set a bunch of rules. But once it's done, it's awesome.
Yeah. I think the learning curve is what people shy away from.
Absolutely.
Hell, I get pissed off with a new version of Outlook. Like, God damn it, where is that command now? All right. So, Jen, what are we missing? Because we could talk to Rocky. Well, we could talk to Rocky off camera because we're grossly inappropriate a lot longer than we would on camera.
It's true.
And we will absolutely get Rocky booked for another episode. Okay.
August of 23.
We're booked until August of 23.
August of 23.
I think we'll all still be around come then.
I mean,
We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
If we've learned anything the last couple of years, the world's an unpredictable place. No question.
I have an important question for Rocky.
Yeah.
Are you coming to Denver this year?
That is actually been one of the main focuses that Antu and I are talking about.
Yeah,
that's my important question: is do we get to see Rocky this year?
You're talking about the mastermind event.
Yeah.
You think we can get him to Austin as well?
That's going to be
a month later.
Yeah.
I'll take Denver over Austin if we have to pick one.
To get Rocky to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Fair enough.
David.
This kid is so hard to have sit down. Like, he just won't sit in one spot for 30 seconds.
How does he do in the car?
I mean, when the car is moving, he does great.
Okay. So you strap him into the car seat, you strap the car seat into the airplane and rock and roll.
Yeah. My buddy was like, hey, if you take him to India, just get a first class or business class on Emirates. You'll get a private thing. I'm like, do I look made of money? I'm going to buy a $52,000 ticket.
For a first class, for a private cabin on an Emirates flight?
Yeah.
Awesome. No big deal.
Yeah, I need my own shower while I fly to India.
I could probably get you a mortgage for it.
Well, there you go.
We'll get you a HELOC.
Love it.
And you can use it to buy one airplane ticket.
I will regret life with every payment made.
There's the way.
I'm chiming in finally. Yeah. Well, I mean, looking at Rocky, we know she loves his sense of humor.
Yes, absolutely. With a bunch of eye rolls, but yes.
All right, Jen, take us home.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in today. If you want to find out more about Just the Tips, you can text TIPS, TIPS, to 63566. We have a lot of stuff coming up. You can get all the usual stuff, like a copy of Adam's book, Just the Tips.
Working on Rocky, a new one.
Right?
And God, he is life-changing for your business. Utilize his knowledge. Just the amount of stuff I've learned from him has really made a huge, huge difference in my business and in my personal life.
Wow.
Adam, did you pay Rocky to say that?
Not yet. I told him I would only pay him after he.
Got it. Okay.
Rocky, you can hold up the note card now with the endorsement I wrote for you to say. Yeah.
No, but that's very nice. You can also see recent episodes of the show, find links to the podcast on Spotify and Apple, hopefully Amazon soon. I am fighting to get us on there too. Tickets for Social Media Day Denver are on sale. We are, 7 weeks out from Social Media Day Denver. It's Thursday, June 30th, right here in Denver at Metro State University. And very soon, Mile High Mastermind tickets will be going on sale. That will be September 16th and 17th at the University of Denver. We are very appreciative for our partnerships with both of those schools that make these events possible every year. So get all of that and more by texting TIPS to 63566.
Very cool. Rocky, thanks, brother.
Thank you, brother.
I know it's not easy to carve out this kind of time on a Monday morning.
No, you're good, man. I loved
Monday
it.
afternoon where you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do appreciate it. And we'll have you back on the show as soon as you're available, as soon as those schedules converge. And yeah, we better see you between now and then.
Absolutely, man. It's been way too long.
Yeah.
So much has changed since the last time I saw you guys.
Yeah, you were not a father.
No.
There was no pandemic.
There was nothing. Yeah.
I mean, it's been that long. Wow. It'll be 3 years in September.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, we've been doing the mastermind event a long time for those of you still with us. And if you are in the Michigan area, or if you are a client, colleague, friend, relative of Rocky, put some pressure on him to get back to that event.
Definitely.
And those people I will pay.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks again, brother. Jen, go ahead and run our extra. Rocky, don't go anywhere. And we'll see you guys next week.